Hi, my name is Don Alder. I come from Vancouver, BC, Canada. I'm a fingerstyle acoustic guitar player. The amp that I use is a Laney A1+. It's a great little amp and it works really well with my kind of style. And the reason being is that being a modern style acoustic player, typically we're looking for more complex layered sounds. And what that means is that I have multiple pickup systems with multiple outputs. So for example, I have a magnetic pickup here, a little microphone, and I've got a saddle pickup. And in the back of the guitar, I came up with two outputs. And what that allows me to do is to trace all the way back to the amp, giving me two channels in the amplifier. And what's so critical about this is that I can EQ each pickup differently, which allows me to create a really fat layered sound. Additionally, they've added this great little EQ that starts at 200 Hertz. And for any acoustic guitar player that's played on a stage where there's monitors that has a band coming up, you know what I'm talking about. As soon as you get up the stage and start playing, you've lost all the bottom end and you're stuck with a really, really thin, tinny sound. So by having this amp, I've been able to kind of control my own stage sound. So I can make it nice and punchy, and then I can send out of the back of the amp direct out to the house, which is pre all of this stuff. So no matter what I do on stage, it doesn't affect them. And that's important for me as a player. One of the things is that this little 200 Hertz thing is that sweet spot for acoustics, so I can pump it up and get all the harmonics and stuff on the guitar. So really, really great little rig. I've got effects in the amp that I can apply to either channel or both channels. I discovered the amp at the NAMM show with the guys, a great bunch of guys. They got me to plug in, and I say to myself, oh no, not another acoustic amp, and then I was blown away, and I've been a Laney artist ever since. So other amps I've used in the past, I've always had issues with, and that's why I've been kind of anti-amp up to this point. The reason why is acoustic amps have always had fairly small speakers, and when you start to crank the volume, it seems like you got some sort of limiting or compression taking place, therefore squashing the sound. And I found that when I plugged into Laney, I didn't have that, so I became a fan immediately, because I like to play loud, even though I'm an acoustic player. I have a rock and roll heart, so I like to really drive it out. Another great thing about the amp is its portability. Like I said, it's probably not too much over 20 pounds, and so you can carry it to you with any gig, but what I love about it is its expandability. You can get a little additional cabinet called the IRT-X, and basically you plug the direct out of this back into the amp, into the IRT, and now you get this big fat wall of sound behind you with two tiny little cabinets. And the actual IRT mirrors the exact sound, which is like fabulous. I can use it as a PA, which is another really great use for me. If I'm doing a concert, I'll have 3 guitars with me. So if that's the case, what I would do is I would take 6 outputs, because each guitar has 2 outputs, and I go into my mixer, and I would blend all the guitars as I need. And then what I would do is I would come out of the mixer back into the first channel of the amplifier. Then I would kind of get a nice flat EQ in there, and then for each channel of the guitar, EQ as I needed. And then I would take a microphone and plug it at the second channel. So now I have a little portable PA if I need as well. So extremely flexible, and I've been so happy with it. It's been awesome. I found the amp to be very impressive when using different guitars, because when I go on stage, you have to entertain audiences, so you have to be a bit of a circus act. So in that case, I bring a standard guitar like you see here. I also have a baritone guitar, which is tuned from like B to B, so much lower than an E to E. Then I've got a harp guitar, which has 6 regular strings, and a big arm that comes off, and has 6 sub bass strings. So now you're actually really going into the territory of bass. And when I plug this thing in, these guitars into this amp and come through it, absolutely fabulous sound, big rich bottom end, and yeah, just totally killer.